Support. Okay, okay. Very much. Please use this. Okay. Oh. Hello. Hello. Just got a message that flashed up about monitors. Message monitors. Oh boy. I'm having a time now here because I have this condition in my eyes with the mucus. Oh, it's not fun. And then I have other glasses. I have newer glasses and well, I put them down somewhere and they're here about. They're somewhere. But I have to order another pair. And I'm going to suggest to the place where I purchased these from uh, to allow customers, existing customers, to just order the new lenses to pop into the frame. Because I've been wearing this style frame for a while because it fits my melon head. And I have a block face. I have a square face. Blockhead. But anyway, I am taking out the skirt that's on this chair here, and I'll show everybody. We'll just move this over. Always busy. Actually, no, I stopped doing that because I have to prepare my food because I haven't eaten yet, and so I'll eat a little bit later. But for now, I'll prepare my food. Man, I'm very mucusy. It's kind of a mucus day. High humidity. Show everybody what I have here. Hold on, I have this. Oh, well, this is not. Let's pull this off. That's what I do. I'm Cinderella. Oh my God. Well, you have to learn how to cook. Kids have to learn how to cook young. That's how my mother taught us. Hold on, there I go. Look clean. Let me get this cutting board here. Look clean. OCD. Let's put it back right here. How's everybody doing today? Summer is sailing by, like it always does. Everything goes like that. The older you get, the quicker it goes. Theory of relativity. Okay, if you are, say, a 38-year-old man or a woman, so you're following birth year, which if it's in God's plan, to be 3/9, avocado. See? Avocado. Look at that. So now that year, say 2026, you're going to be turning 39. So when the clock turns on a Gregorian calendar, it could be any Hajj count, that many days are already out of your year. The number of years that you are, that many days have already been out because you've already lived those years. You've gone around the sun and the moon, or the sun. Where do we go? We go around some planet. We go around the sun. We do a full rotation around the sun. So, and this man explained that to me when I was turning 35, and I was very, very disturbed about that. I could not believe I was. And this man was celebrating his retirement. We had gone out to lunch, a group of coworkers, and he explained the theory of relativity. I was like, oh wow, that is like so. Oh, that's the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth. Oh, if you have on a different subject, if you have an avocado that is like, it's got some black in it, it's edible. It's edible. You don't have to throw it out. I mean, you could work around it, but it's just the avocado oxidized, you know. If you add white vinegar to it, you could even add cider vinegar to it, or red. I like white vinegar. And it'll, you know. What I'm saying is that, okay, if it's really super like dark like this, no, that I'm not going to eat. But there's other little like bruising, it's okay. It's your preference. I was just watching our fearless leader, and he was having a press conference with the EU, and okay, why would Gazans have to thank the United States for anything when United States, because I'm here in America, not me, but I wouldn't approve of, nor would I, well, it would have been a different situation if I was somebody in that. But me as a civilian, wouldn't allow anything to go to Israel. He says that the United States, Gaza should say thank you, because Gaza, it's just it's a sham. I mean, I don't know. That's what you call some real serious WP. That's some serious WP on like a megaphone platform on a global stage. Well, you should say thank you. They should say thank you for the spoiled food that has been loaded with a contaminant that will further unalive remaining Gazans. And it starts with the letter N, not for nuclear, okay? N-A blank, certain words you can't say, narc. And it ends with otics, like psychotic world leaders who are in for their own pocket and their own longevity financially. Please, what a clown. What a flippin' clown. Excuse me, everybody. I'm not in bed. Put you in here. Now I'm gonna put a bigger bowl. He's got some freaking cojones like I've never seen. Well, he's Donald Trump. And he was very, very distraught over windmills that he saw out yonder while he was relieving his presidential stress. He was up to, what did he say? The 9th hole, and yonder he saw a windmill. Oh, God. How pathetic. How pathetic. How really pathetic. Well, there you have it, everyone. When you listen to propaganda and propagandists, and you don't verify and you don't check because you've been isolated because you don't have a concept of other people, or your concept is all negativity, well, and then also, Iran, you have been not nice to Donald. And Donald, he said, with your mouths, you were very not nice, and he didn't care for it. Wow. That was another BS. Yeah. You know who's pulling the strings with the immigration is that Stephen, that guy, what's his name? The guy that looks like he could be Putin's, like, illegitimate offspring, Miller. He's got that polished head there, you know? Ugh. That dude must have been frickin' bee-slapped up and down, you know, from kindergarten on up to high school, college graduation. He must have spoke out of pocket to some black or brown person, and then, well, they just had to open up some cans of ethnic, you know what. And from that point on, that young man has just snapped, and he's like, oh no, anybody pigmented, anybody melanated, oh no, you can't come here. Oh no, sorry, I have lifetime PTSD from anybody with a tan, unless it's a spray one. Okay, you gotta go. Sorry. Oh no, you're Mexican. No, go. You gotta go. Let me tell you something. That is the biggest. Yeah. See, I grew up with that, and a lot of racism, a lot of ignorance. Yep. So basically what happens is if you speak out of pocket and you use an ethnic slur, or you're disrespectful to people, usually people don't, you know, they don't take well to that. Years ago, I lived on Carpenter Avenue, Northeast Bronx. This white kid who was very, very fond of the N-word all the time, okay? Well, he mouthed it off to this, it was a brother, he was a Rasta. And, well, that young man, he then became a disabled young man because of the response from the Rasta that he called out a name. All right? I'm not going to say what happened, but yeah. He became permanently disabled because of his ignorance and calling somebody out a name and doing his calling out a name in an aggressive tone, you know. But that's what these people know, and that's what they live, okay? Oh, and for those of you who do not know, because apparently it's never been taught here, the word pic, P-I-C-N-I-C, is a derogatory. It has a negative connotation because if you link the two words together semantically, follow the ball, P-I-C-N-I-C, it has a negative connotation. But apparently people don't really know that, and well, that's also their ignorance, you know. Yeah, the stuff that I have heard and I have seen, and yeah, yep. Well. Well, when you're taught that you can, you know, okay, let's put it this way. I grew up. I remember being in cars as a teenager, and a male Caucasian, you know, like being the big Willie driving his car. And if this happened on many occasions, if they would see a person of color, black or brown, blank them over, points for points. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. But it's inherent and it's taught. I was here, I'm up here now 23 years. I go to a place here, chain place, where they do the oil change. And a lady and I were talking. Oh no, it was a kid behind the counter. I was saying that because I was delayed. I was so sorry I was delayed. A lot of traffic. I said, wow, it's amazing. So many more people up here now. So what does he say? Now this is winter time. So winter time, I have different shading. And he said, yeah, too many of the belong that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So a lesson for those who still use the word picnic. Yeah. But they know that. They know that. They know that. Speaking of, I just wondered, they always have the senior picnic. I didn't get a postcard. I wondered, was it the same same print company that y'all had decided to use when y'all sent out voter registration cards to the correct address but the wrong name? Because y'all just decided to go select a new printing company, and it happened to be right before the election. I have the card, I saved it. I wonder, could that have been the reason why certain people didn't get invites? I wonder. Because that's funding that comes, that's allocated to the different towns. I just wonder. I'll have to make an inquiry about that. See, when you want to be slick, you could be slick when it's your own cash, when it comes out of your own pocket. But when you're dealing with communities and you're dealing with the population, you're dealing with people that are either they're homeowners or they're renters or whatever they may be. They could be in a nursing home. Yeah, they're supposed to be notified about these things, but it's a select few. This is the kind of stuff that they do up here. How about that? Just as a general principle, I would save like those invites because I just, bad habit of holding on to papers. Tell me what happened. What happened? Yeah. You do stuff like that when it's your own money, when it's your own pocket. Right? Not when you don't like certain people because they call out your BS in this little township here. Hi, how you doing, hon? You good? People are out of their minds. They are. They're really something. My info's in the bio. Read the bio. New York, New York, New York. I'm the corruption correspondent for my city and my state. Yep. Because when you bring it to people and they see it and they eyewitness it from a young child age, yeah, it has a lasting effect. It has a lasting effect. I don't know. And whoever decided to tamper and try to remove an audio that I had when I went and I spoke with that bogus meeting, trust and believe I have the actual audio. Yeah. Because somebody decided to try to alter my account and I can't find this audio on the phones, but I have it saved. That was when I gave what they did was illegal, okay? Because when you do something like that, you're supposed to have representation. But you see that they think they're so slick because they have a tendency to think that people are dumb and people don't know what their rights are, The corruption correspondent. Let's see, dating back 1960. I have the other video too when I talked about Marie's Candy Store on 2nd Avenue with the brown paper bags, the back room. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I grew up, Rayo's wasn't even, well, no, it was around when let's see, how long is Rayo's around? I gotta look that up. Yeah. See, in Harlem, there's the Italian Harlem, there's the black Harlem, then there's a barrio, you know. But everybody, it's all a blend, you understand? It's all a blend. Because, like, okay, years ago, I said this on a video, they blocked it. I have the audio, I have the other video on my other equipment. How rugs were brought in to certain communities in the city. Well, little kids with dolls. Male dolls were 100%. Female dolls were cut. And this is all New York City history. This is all OC. This is all narcotics. Then they had before it was the DEA. I have it written down because I have all this information. Like I said, and you witness corruption, and then you see it, and then you live it. It has a lasting memory. What always tickled me, and I wrote about it as far as eliminating waste, how does the police department, they do it the most. They have the highest head count. Then the fire department. How do you keep people on the job for 40 years, 35 years? After they finish their assigned tour, their assigned tenure, they go. But then these people, they do admin secretarial work, making 200 something plus K per year. All right? That these people should have been retired when they reach their 20th year. They want to come back. You can come back. You're going to work part-time. You're going to get like an admin type of salary. You're not going to get a $200,000+ a year salary, because that's what they have been doing. I said New York. Yep. The moral squad. That's what you find. Oh, and with the skin of this, you could actually make avocado chips. You could dehydrate them. Yep. And you know, for the bad stuff here, I'm going to just mash it up, and I'm going to add water to it, and I'll make a hair mask. I'll condition my hair when I shampoo my hair. I just washed my hair last night. Yeah, a lot of good stuff. So instead of throwing everything out, if you have an avocado that is, you know, it has like a little bit of like some dark spots, take those dark spots, you know, you mash it in, add some water to it, you know, and do a nice hair treatment. Your hair will feel like silk. Your hair will, I'm telling you, it's all good stuff. Good stuff. The corruption correspondent. Yep. It's so funny too, right? Because for whatever reason why, I had always been like, not that I like said, oh, like, hey, sign me up. Where's the sign-up sheet? Let me be part of eyewitnessing corruption. There's a sign-up sheet? Okay. Well, can I join the team? Okay. So I'll be the team leader there. There you go. Things that happen, right? Things that are like, that people do that are so like, it's like, you know, it's like a neon light of being shady. Like you need a helmet to like watch all the shade and block it. You know, oh, shade, there's some shade, there's shady people, yeah. Well, when I was married, my husband worked, he was a welder, steam fitter. And he worked in the city, he worked all over. He was at the union. his boss, the company that he worked for since I met him, he started a year before I met him working for this spot, or 2 years, he said. I still had my apartment in Manhattan, and this was like, we got married in '04, so I had the apartment up until '05. So they were at the shop, they were fabricating for a job that they had coming, and down in the South Bronx, right on Hunts Point Avenue. Now, he knew I was coming. I said, I had to get the keys from him. So I go to the shop. Wait, hold on. I go in. I go to knock on the door. He does like this. He goes like one of these moves. Like, this dude thought he was slick. I was, oh my God, here you go. You got the right one, baby, because it's going to be pow, pow on. I go to the door, and he goes like this. This is like, he didn't want me to come in. I said, I got to use the bathroom. Oh, my boss doesn't want nobody here. And I was like, I said, I'm using the mud. I said, well, you out of your mind? I said, tell your boss to go kiss my you-know-what. I got to use the bathroom. Gee, I wonder what could have been going on back there. I just wonder. Right. But see, that's what I'm saying. Just walking into stuff, people being shady and doing not the right thing. I didn't ask for that. I didn't put out a checklist. Let me get married to somebody who's going to be a habitual mentiroso. Yep. Gotta be kidding me, man. Yeah. Oh my God, it's nothing but corruption. No, I'm tough. I got some very thick skin because, if you think you got game, well, I'll show you. I'll run the court. That's all I got to say. If you think you got game, I will show you how to run the court. And you'll be like, oh, wow. And I thought I was getting over. Yeah. You may have opened up the door of that, You may have opened up the door of that get over entrance, the entranceway. But I'm going to close it, and it's going to, people are out of their minds. People are so crazy. And people lie all the time, and they're good at it. They're good. And then they believe their own lies. We got that going on now. Because gas is $1.99. Eggs are 59 cents a dozen. Milk, oh my God, they're giving away free cows. And lactate-free cows also. So, yep. Oh, and how about those chickens that we all are gonna have that because the egg price? No, eggs are now they're going back up again. It's just crazy. It's a fugazi crazy. Fugazi. Crazy people, man. Yeah, just stay awake, people. Stay awake, stay aware. Don't spend money. I mean, if you go to places, like as far as venues, no. Before he became president, actually, no. I read the financial papers. There's foreclosures. Like, I do not see a non-foreclosure because it's what's happening as far as businesses shuttering, bankruptcies. Yeah. People aren't going to go out. People aren't going to entertain venues, because they don't have the money. They don't know. Everything is so unexpected. There's been excessive withdrawals for contracts. People don't want to get involved. People are like, no, sorry, I'm gonna pull out here. No, ain't gonna happen. Not right now. We'll get back on a level of normalcy. We'll get back. Because this sideshow that they've been, performing, well, everybody knows it's a sideshow. Everybody. Oh, nice tomato. Oh, so nice. Oh, so nice a tomato. You know what gets me? The people that are at the lowest rung of a financial income, food stamps, Medicaid, their children, their grandchildren, and then they go and they vote Republican. People who have Medicaid, who have had Medicaid or whatever, it's like, no, it's because, but that's the media. The media has been allowed to, you know, do what they do, and it's the politicians because they're all getting money. They're all getting money. They get money from their lobbyists, from their donors, you know. This war in Gaza, you know, the world is watching. The world has woken up. The entire globe has woken up. Because this is not like the Crusaders or you know, when Columbus arrived or when the Pilgrims came up. They rolled up in the Mayflower, you know, and they desecrated and destroyed what they did up there. You know, we're in a new year. We're not in an archaic stage where you can go ahead and you can take over a race of people. Ridiculous. And the Arab nations that have, you know, kind of just closed their eyes, swept it under the rug. You're all shaitans, your soul is gonna go, it's gonna go down way below. And all your generations. You play around with people like that. Alright, this one is mushy. I'm gonna have to make tomato juice because this is like too mushy for me. And I'm not wasting any food. Okay, look at this. There we go. That'll be, come on in. Fresh tomatoes. We're gonna get garlic. Garlic. Smash the tomatoes down. Come on, fruit fly, go away. Goodbye. Well, now I'm going to cover you. I got to cover you up. I got to get my garlic. Yeah, you know, like when this all started, people were just so oblivious. You know, they're posting their vacations and their meals in these luxury hotels and restaurants, and I'm like, wow, you have like kind of no shame. You see what's happening, and it's like, well, it's about me. It's about me and my luxury life and my designer wear. Oh, there are people that are being unalived. Oh, that's nothing. Let them do that. They've been doing that for centuries. That's never going to change. That's the mentality that people have. That's the mentality that people have because people are uneducated. They're uneducated. In Catholic school, they taught us about kibbutz, that it was a nice kibbutz, and that they were there because it said in the Bible that they had the right. They had the right. They had the right because SpongeBob said in his scroll that's under the pineapple, or maybe it's a treasure chest, or maybe Carmen Sandiego learned how to scuba dive and she went and she took it, but it said on that scroll that that land was designated for Israel. Oh dear, dear, dear. Scandalous. Yep, total scandal. Total scandal. What does that mean, those letters? Is that short for what's up, P? What up, dog? I'm sorry, let me be professional. Well, hello, how are you? I am very professional. I'm very articulate. I have a very good vocabulary. People thought I went to like an Ivy League. I stutter. Ivy League school. I was in, the only Ivy I know was friggin' Poison. But, you know. Like, you got the best chefs in the world. They're home taught. You know how to cook. You know, but then you got people that, well, you get a grant or you get a scholarship, you go up here to Culinary Institute. But you know, I never really jive with those places because I kind of know where all that money always came from, even as a kid. Like they would have, my husband, the fireman, he was on the football team with the FDNY, and every year when they would have their matches with the NYPD, it would be at Baker Field, which is owned by Columbia, you know. And then later on in life, seeing all like Columbia, just driving around more, you know, with those properties that they own, like Columbia. That money, that scratch ain't coming from regular working people. But you know these things if you come from the city. Well, if you come from the city and you've seen a lot of like maneuvering of how stuff gets done, then you know. If you come from the city and you know, you had a pampered life and, you know, you had your au pair take you around, well, that's not my existence. That was not my existence. The stalk brought me to the poorhouse. No. My life was fine. I had a good life. I had a good life. I mean, it wasn't perfect. There was a lot of trauma, but, you know, I got through it. And I'm here. And I'll still kick you know what. People, don't play around with people. Some people you can play with, and they're gonna lay down. Okay, you wanna just try to be abusive to me a little more? Go right ahead. That's okay. Oh, you want to do underhanded, shady things to me? Oh, that's okay too. Sure, no problem. Yep. People are so shady and so sketchy and so underhanded. When I was selling, the second time when I was gonna sell the house, I got a call from some guy. He tells me this, oh, I'm so and so, and I'm also an alum from Lehman College, and I'd like to offer you my financial skill set for investing. I go, Lehman College, really? Wow, what a coinky-tink. How old are you? What year did you complete that? 90 something. Okay, 90 something. I said, oh, so you must be fairly young. I said, you sound young. Like I was getting a feel for him through his tone of voice, and he was some young. He was like in his late 30s. I was like, pal, who gave you my effing number? What do you think? I'm stupid? Oh no! I'm a friend. Here's my card. I'm like, good luck. Don't call me again, all right? Before I report you. That was, I believe, one of these, just people being shady. That whole real estate business, these brokers up here, yep. Shade. You talking about shade? Underhanded? That nonsense that they tell you. Oh, we have several offerings. We have several offers. Oh, you have to bid higher. So they make more money? Two lovelies from here, and one from a brokerage, but he lives in Mayapack. Yeah, I sent a letter. I got to follow up with it. Yeah, because that money comes back to me, darlings. Yeah, remember? 1,000? 1,000? Yeah. Imagine you're a realtor and you have the audacity to ask the seller, because the seller withdrew, that there's going to be fees. There's going to be fees. Right. And then the other one said, well, she said, oh, you could send it, you could contact so-and-so. I said, oh, well, I have such and such app. Okay, you can contact him. She sends me his information. So these three lovelies, they need to get their licenses suspended, okay? And they need to be evaluated for their underhanded, shady business. Yeah. Gotta be freaking kidding me. Then the one I was taking an offer from this family the second time. Another realtor shows up. I said, well, let them know. Knock on the door. Oh, listen, I'm going to go. And then the other, I said, what are you doing? She goes, oh, well, we got to have as many offices. I said, let me tell you something. Understand me now. I don't want people in and out of my house. These people did nothing but list it on their freaking computer. They came one day. They came when the septic got inspected. It was like they're going to show up like, hey, here I am. I'm the hero. Let's make sure, Yeah. There is no need for real estate salespeople unless it's a big, they should make a law, unless it's a big transaction where it's a corporate or it's something like valued in the millions, then you get a brokerage. You work with a broker only. That's legit. That ain't gonna pull no shade. It's people. So one realtor, she came, she was with this other woman. They both had clipboards, and she's like, well, where was your sink? Where was your sink? I looked at her. I didn't even respond. I just gave her a look, and then she shut up. She came with this other lady that had a clipboard, and like these people, they think that people are stupid. They think people are stupid. Anyway, that's done for now. Garlic. A lime. Lime is so good. Oh my God. It's so delicious and it's so healthy for you also. It really, really is. I'll save the netting. I'll make a beach throw for my Barbies. Yeah. Like I said, I see what other people don't see. That's why for somebody like me, it's well. That get over act that people tend to perpetuate, it doesn't work around me. No. Oh, my cup. This is when oh my God, this is from the New York City Transit Police. They sold mugs. Guy AJ, he was selling them. Yeah, when I worked at Transit, the second time, same place. One of the sergeants started louding this guy and yelling, and he stood up. You ain't fun, you ain't. I was like, get him, tell him. Yeah. People need to learn how to speak. I worked at a job, and this lady, they have these, what they call, it's just such a ridiculous, nonsensical freaking, it's just how government does stuff. It's so, it's so antiquated. It's reliquated, you understand? No, that went over a lot of people's heads. Antiquated, relicated. Ticklers, where a letter would come in to the commissioner, and then it would be assigned to the department that had to handle it. Then everybody had to interject and add a comma. That's why whenever you deal with like a government agencies, it'll take an excessive amount of time to get a response back because they do ridiculous things like that. Anyway, this one lady who worked in the commissioner's office, she started getting loud with me. She was like, "Oh, you're incompetent." I was like, listen. I'm a grown woman. I'm not one of your children or grandchildren if you're so fortunate. Thank you. And then she didn't do it again. It was like, incompetent. You're gonna flip out over a letter because the person didn't. You're gonna call somebody incompetent? No. There's just a lot of frustrated people. Yeah, people don't know how to speak, and they like to get, yeah. Even when I worked for transit, when I worked 3 to 11, when the midnight tour came on, a couple of these girls, he's like, "I need to know what's going on." I was like, "Yeah." I said, "Well, here, first off, I speak like a lady, and I expect to be spoken to like a lady. So next time when you come to relieve me, yeah, you could tone it down. Yeah, don't do your freaking neck roll, because I got that too. I'm from the hood. Yeah, I could do that in a heartbeat. They got no problem with it, you know. It's like people don't know how to speak to people, and they think that they're gonna like just be aggressive and think like everybody's supposed to be like, "Okay, all right, you can be aggressive in your tone, and I'm gonna. How high should I jump? No. Tone it down. You show respect. If you don't, you may get a reaction that you may be surprised from. Not from me, but I'm just speaking in general, you know? So many crazy stories. Oh my God, could you believe it? So it happens when you live, right? Unless you live in an isolated world. If you don't come down that mountain, if you live like in a mountainous area, like my husband's mother, my husband Mark, his mother said that the first time she ever saw black people was when they moved to Texas. I was like, wow. Were they living, breathing black people? Black people. Melon. Then when I left transit the first time, I was coming back, but in a different title. I was at a hospital. Not the other one I said, another hospital in the Bronx. Jacoby. And this one lady, she's a black woman, like she was lit every day. She'd come in. I just knew it because like I said, I'm not someone you can fool. And she's like, "Hey, you're pretty cool with black people. You must have grew up with black people." And I'm like, "Have you taken a look at me?" But she was lit, so she was like, "Ah." I said, "Have you taken a good look at me?" And then she came over. She's like, "Oh, yeah, I see it. I see it." I'm like, maybe a little less. Instead of 2 shots before you get to the job, just maybe take 1 in your coffee. It's all right. That's what it is. That's what it is. Anyway. Garlic. The garlic. There's the garlic. You see the garlic? The garlic. I'm going to smash it. Oh my God, maybe I should buy an expensive garlic press. What did they do before they had all this crap? Use a knife. Mojito. See? Use that. The mortar. I had 2 of them, and well, the no longer here in my presence. I have to pick up another one. flat because this is a glass. There you go. That's going to be for my hair. I'm going to condition my hair. I'll put that in a Ziploc bag with some water. Oh my God. Oh. Hold on. Hello, unknown, unknown, unknown. How you doing, unknown? Okay, well, you can't see me smashing it. I'd have to... There we go. Now I gotta wash my hands before I touch the phone. Our phones are really like, well, feel the crap in your phone. Wow, my hair is crazy, man. I have to shear my hair. I have to take out the bulk. See, I'm just going to take the knife and smash it. Alright, that's not working because that's wet. I love this thing. Oh, my neighbor's having another get together. He cooks such great smelling food. He's Ecuadorian. He went fishing one time with my husband and I. And then my husband was doing another trip and he didn't want to go. My husband's like, why? You can't handle rough waters? I got Dramamine. Yeah, if you do a charter boat, you only, like a small group. Because try to catch a fish if you go on a charter boat and there's like, 100 people. Get the heck out of here. Kidding me? Your lines get caught. I caught a bunch of corgis. I have pictures. That was fun. He went tuna fishing once and he brought home so much tuna and we're giving it away. Gave a whole bunch to my neighbor, right? The guy. And we had to get equipment fixed. Didn't even give a break. And I was like, see, this is why you don't be nice to people. Because they'll take, and they will not reciprocate. Yeah. I don't know. Reciprocity is like a thing of non-existent in with so many people. Yeah. Happens with family, friends. And then you realize that they're only fair weather friends, because if they were real weather friends, they would, they'd ride with you, and they wouldn't call you only when they need something. Oh, can you help me? Can you let me? Yeah, I ain't the freaking bank. I ain't the ATM. There's a bunch of establishments that you can, locate and acquire your needs. Get the hell out of here, man. And then there were no show, right? Oh, wow. Oh, that's going to be so good. Now I'm going to... Oh my God, I got these peppers that are like super, they're from Pakistan. Oh my gosh, where are they? India, oh I'm sorry, India. Oh, I have to go to Pakistan, look at that. I have to grind these. Gunta. Wow. Wow. All right, I have other peppers. I'll just put my other chili flakes in. Oh, boy. Oh, chili flakes, chili flakes. Where are you? Get out of here, fruit fly. Oh my God, this right here. These are Destino chili peppers. I buy them dry. I buy the whole peppers. I buy them by the pound, like I buy like a pound or half pound, and then I just grind them. And well, because I know how to shop. When we first moved up here, our first Thanksgiving, my husband went and got some groceries. He spent like so much money on items because he never knew any comparative shopping. And he came home and was like, "Well, this is expensive." And I'm like, "Well, because you don't know how to shop. Didn't you ever shop?" "No, I never shopped. Only for tools. Tools and boots, work boots." "Oh, okay. And corkboards. Okay. Well, you're with the new administration now, and the requirement for you to be on in my you're gonna have to learn how to budget better, and I'm gonna have to show you." Yeah, that's the thing that a lot of parents do, mothers, like they baby their sons, baby, and then they don't know how to do anything, and then when they leave home, they get married, and then they expect the wifey to, pamper them like mommy did. Some men, they get pampered until they're like about maybe, 18, and then, the mommy, yeah. Well, whatever works, right? Whatever works, everybody. Whatever works. We're gonna. You can't smell them, but okay, what do they smell like? They smell like an amazing barbecue that you're walking into, and you can smell the herbs and spices, and you smell the red pepper, and it's like, oh wow, what's that? Oh, peppers. Yeah, people get stupid on this. You know what? I was watching, because I cook a lot, and I watch the cooking videos. I was watching some video, and they were making bread. They were kneading the dough, but however, the gestures that they were doing to knead the dough, and the shape that they were creating while they were kneading the dough, well, guess what that was in? And the hand gestures were, guess what that was in? Yeah, because this is what these people do. And for any of you people who say ridiculous things, go right ahead. Go right ahead. Because your messages are observed, okay? Let me see what other comments I'm gonna read this. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. I gotta read that name. Hello, 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 hello. Yeah, nice name. I don't call out people's names because there's too much spam on here. People have a way that they like to alter and manipulate, and because I critique everything, yeah. The Satan people who like what's happening. Oh wow. Wow, that looks like so masterfully done. Oh wow, that looks so good. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm gonna add a little bit of black. I gotta add black pepper. And sea salt. Open up. Okay, there you go. Pepper is a great spice if you have high blood pressure. Has a lot of health benefits. Yeah, that's a new ailment that I found out about this year in my emergency room visits. Mm-hmm. Because I was waking up. This was going on for about maybe a month or so. I was waking up and my neck and my upper torso, I was drenched, and my lower torso, my groin area. I was like, what the hell's going on? So I just thought it was the thyroid, because with the thyroid, you have these, whatever. And then I was having the heart. My heart was racing, and I've had an arrhythmia. Anyway, well, it was high blood pressure. So it was like the precursor. My body was going into like, I don't know. I could have whatever. It was crazy. But I mean, and then lightheaded when I woke up. I was, what the hell's going on? Yeah. Oh well. That's why you gotta be your own advocate, people. Be your own advocate at all times. And if something does not feel right in your body, make note of it. Also, start to keep a food journal on what you're consuming, because there's a lot. Okay, a lot of people do not know that you have a wheat or a dairy intolerance, and you could have allergens to certain foods and you're unaware of, and then the foods that we eat are filled with so many bad toxins that cause body inflammation. The body inflammation from like the stuff in the food, because whatever we ingest, it's gonna bulk us up and bulk us up, bulk us up. Anyway, I gotta go now. I got my chair that I'm working on. It's just so busy. Always so busy. Oh. See that? I'm taking the skirt off this chair. This is from this wonderful place, Craft Master. This is like, it's a $3,000 chair. Yep, Craft Master. It's a jumbo size. I paid $20 for it. I did. Scouts on it. $20. I don't like the color, but I'll reupholster it. I have denim. I'll reupholster it in denim. And it'll go good with my seafoam green. Anyway, I hope my guacamole video guacked you. No. Oh, God. Have a good one. Yeah, I don't know who you people are. I don't know these names. I don't call out people's. All right, let's see. Who is this? Who is this? I'm fine, thank you. Thank you. I don't know who this person is. Okay, everybody, have a good day. Thanks for watching. Remember, stay healthy, stay hydrated, do the right thing by people. Don't be a dirtbag. And if you're in a bad spot, get help. Get help. Because a lot of people are struggling. It's amazing. I can't believe all the stuff that I've dealt with, like the traumatic situations, and I just kind of like roll right through it. Yeah, it's affecting. It's like it throws you for a loop. Well, then it has bad results on your body. When you get stressed out, body shuts down. That's what happened to me after my mother died. Yeah. Thank you for that. Thank you, bestie. Thank you. Because I know you watch. Have a good day, everybody. Till next time. Bye.